What is going on, everybody? Executus here, coming at you with a Monk Legion PvP guide. Now today I'll be covering everything from talents, artifact, weapons, relics, gear, everything that you need to know to be awesome as a Windwalker Monk in PvP. So I'm just going to start off with the talents straight away. Level 15, you're going to go with Eye of the Tiger. It applies a dot on the target and heals you. Applies a dot on the target and it puts a hot on you. So it's a win-win. You could go with Chi Burst for extra damage and or healing, or Chi Wave if you wanted to as well, but Eye of the Tiger is just the best because it heals for the most, and it's extra damage when you're not there. Level 30, you're going to go with Tiger's Lust. You could either go with Tiger's Lust or Chi Torpedo if you wanted to, but Tiger's Lust allows you to get out of roots and snares, so if a mage snares you, you just Tiger's Lust. It removes all slow effects on you. 45 Energizing Elixir. This is probably the best one by far. If you're down on Chi, down on energy, you use this ability and you get full Chi and full energy instantly. So very helpful. Level 60, you're going to go with Leg Sweep. It's a 5-second stun. This is where the majority of your burst comes out. You Leg Sweep them, then do your burst because they're stunned and they can't pop any cooldowns. 75, it has to be Healing Elixir. This heals for so much. It's just fantastic. It automatically heals you for 15% of your maximum health if you drop below 35%. It has 2 charges, so even if you aren't low on health and you just want to stay at full health, because of like the honor talent, I think it's reinforced armor, sparring, or whatever. Anyways, you can pop one of those anytime you want. Level 90, you're going to go with Hit Combo. And level 100 Serenity. So you could either do 2 things here. You go Whirling Dragon Punch and Rushing Jade Wind, or yeah, that's it. So you're either going to go with Hit Combo and Serenity, which is what I highly recommend. It's like an 80% recommendation, and if you really want to, you can go with Whirling Dragon Punch and the Rushing Jade Wind for just a lot of AoE. Yeah, but anyways, so Hit Combo basically, it stacks up to 8 times, giving you a total of 16% increased damage. So every move that you do, make sure it's not a repeat ability of the last move. That's also what our Mastery talent is. So your abilities deal 34% more damage when they are not repeat of the previous ability. So keep this in mind when you're doing your burst, when you're doing your rotation, or just even practicing on a target dummy. You're always going to want to swap back and forth between an ability. Later in the video I'll show you guys there are even some abilities that will like if you want to Tiger Palm twice in a row, you can Tiger Palm, then do a quick Crackle Jade Lightning, then Tiger Palm again, and that will count as not a repeat ability. Yeah, so that's the talents. Honor talents here, I haven't unlocked all of them, but I'll put a photo on the screen here. You're going to want to go with either Gladiator's Medallion or Relentlessness, depending on what race you are. If you're like an Orc Monk, I recommend Relentlessness because you're just never going to be CC'd. The next, you're probably going to want to go with either Reinforced Armor or Sparring. I would honestly just choose Reinforced Armor. Next one is Yu'lon's Gift. Using Roll or Flying Serpent Kick will dispel all snares affecting you when used. Next is Fortifying Elixir. This is your Fortifying Brew. You get it back. It's only PvP though. Very helpful. Reduces damage taken by 20% and increases your health by 20%. Next is Tiger Style. You can control your Flying Serpent Kick in midair. So like, it's really cool because it's one of the fastest like abilities in the game besides Chi Torpedo. So you can just go one way and then turn around and do 180 and go back the other way, which is really cool. The last talent, we're either going to go with Heavy-Handed Strikes or Rushing Tiger Palm. Both of these are actually very, very useful. So your Fist of Fury will now stun people. It's basically what Heavy-Handed Strikes is. Or when you Tiger Palm, you will dash to your enemy. It's like a Fell Rush, but directly to your enemy. It's only a 10-yard range, and it will slow their movement speed by 25%. It's really helpful for gap closing. Like if you used all of your roll, your Chi Torpedo, your Nitro Boots, your Tiger's Lust, everything, you can just be spamming your Tiger Palm and always be next to the target. So yeah, that's it. I'll talk about one last thing really quick. Your Storm, Earth, and Fire are replaced by your Serenity. So I'll do maybe a separate video for how to Storm, Earth, and Fire. It's different, but just Serenity is just so overpowered and so much additional damage that I don't know why you'd ever use that. Alright, so your basic rotation, you're just going to want to stack Tiger Palms and Blackout Kicks till you have 8 stacks of hit combo while keeping your Eye of the Tiger, Dot, and Hot on you and the target. So keep in mind what we talked about earlier is you never want to repeat the same ability you just did. So you never want to Tiger Palm twice in a row because you'll lose your stacks and it'll also deal 34% less damage. So you're always going to want to switch abilities between Tiger Palm, Blackout Kick, Rising Sun Kick, Strike of the Wind Lord, etc. So before I get into actual burst damage and rotation, I want to show you guys a couple of abilities that will keep your hit combo active. So right now, I'll get up to 8 stacks. So I have 5 stacks. Now let's say you're fighting a boss and you have to roll away. To get another stack or to keep this buff active, you Crackle J Lightning. That gives you a stack. Also, your Flying Serpent Kick gives you a stack. So those are a couple things to keep in mind. So if you want to, let's say you're out of Chi and you want to Tiger Palm twice in a row, you can Tiger Palm, Crackle J Lightning, Tiger Palm. That's the best way to do it. Or if you're low on energy but you want to Blackout Kick twice, you can Blackout Kick, Crackle J Lightning, Blackout Kick. And then if you wanted to throw a Flying Serpent Kick in there, cancel it really quickly, Blackout Kick again. So those are a couple things to keep in mind. Now I'll go into really quickly my artifact here. So this is the path I went. I wanted to go this way, but I ended up going this way just in case. Anyways, so all damage when you karma a person, 50% of the damage is redirected towards your enemy, and the other 50% heals you. So it's not 100% and 100% like it used to be. Next we have Rising Sun Kick damage is increased by 10%, and then I have the relic here that increases it by another 10. Your relics, you want to have something useful, like Healing Winds or Inner Peace or something, or it has to increase the damage of one of your abilities. You don't want to waste it on something like so Inner Peace is a perfect example. That's stupid. You don't want your maximum energy increased by 10 by wasting that relic slot. You want your Rising Sun Kick to deal an additional 10%. Anyways, Death Art reduces the remaining cooldown of Touch of Death by 30% if the target dies while under the effect. Okay, cool. Increases your dodge chance. This is very important right here. Gale Burst. So I'll show you guys my burst rotation in a second here. Increases the damage done by Touch of Death by 10% of all the damage you dealt to the target during the duration. So you want to Touch of Death your target at the beginning of your burst, before you burst the target, because when that Touch of Death runs up, it's going to do a ridiculous amount of damage to the target. I'm going to show you guys our burst. So I'm going to explain it really quick and then I'll show it. So you want to build quickly up to your 8 stacks of hit combo. So any way you do that, Crackle J Lightning, 2 Blackout Kicks. Okay, so now we're at 7 stacks. This is what you're going to do. You're going to Touch of Death, pop your Serenity, Strike of the Wind Lord, Rising Sun Kick. Ready? So I'm going to Touch of Death, gives me a stack. Serenity plus my PvP trinket. Strike of the Wind Lord, Rising Sun Kick into Fists. Then by the time Fists is up, you'll still have Serenity up to do one last Rising Sun Kick. And that'll be it. So if that was too fast, I'll do it again in slow motion. So you want to build up to 7 stacks, or if you already have 8 stacks, you're going to Touch of Death on the target. Then you're going to pop your Serenity, most likely leg sweep them to stun them. Then you're going to do a Strike of the Wind Lord, then a Rising Sun Kick, then Fists, and by the time your Fists of Fury is over, you'll have 1 second left on your Serenity to do another Rising Sun Kick. Now I'm going to go into a little bit more detail here. So the reason why you want to Strike of the Wind Lord first is because when you pop your Serenity, it decreases the remaining cooldown on all of your abilities by 50%. So you'll Strike of the Wind Lord, you'll have it's a 40-second cooldown. So when Serenity ends, it will be 20 seconds. So that's why you want to do it first, because you want to be using your Strike of the Windlord every single time it's up. Before I end this guide, I want to go over the monk abilities. So for CC, we have Paralysis, Leg Sweep, and Disable. Now these are 3 key things to use in order to be able to crowd control your enemy. So I'll go over a macro really quick, a couple of them. So I have Paralysis. This is my target equals focus cast paralysis macro. So let's say I'm attacking this target here, but the healer is this. So if I set this target to focus, and while I'm attacking this target, I use the macro that I just showed you guys, and it will sap that target while I'm still attacking. Like let's say this is the DPS and that's the healer. I also have that same thing for Disable. So if I want to slow and or root that target, I can do that while still targeting the DPS. Also, if you guys have 2 enemies close together, you know, a really good technique is if you're in PvP, you can use your Flying Serpent kick to turn towards them, blow it here, it'll slow them, and then stun them both with Leg Sweep. That's really helpful to use. Also, I have a target equals focus disable. I said that. Here it is. / cast, and then in brackets target equals focus, and end brackets disable. I also have a Serenity one that combines my PvP trinket here with Serenity. I also have a detox macro, so I can target my other member of my party and detox him from any diseases he has. Like, it's really helpful against DKs. And I also have a spear hand strike. So if this healer is casting like a heal or something, I can roll over to him, spear hand strike, sap him, then come back to this target here. For healing, we do have a fuse, and we also have our healing elixir, which heals for a lot. We also have this ability called Transcendence. If I place my body there and go run over here and swap locations, and then my other Transcendence will be in the air over there. Once you unlock your artifact weapon, it will heal you for 10% of your maximum health over 6 seconds, eventually going to 30%, so it's going to be a strong heal. You also have Touch of Karma. I mentioned this earlier. 50% of the damage you take is redirected towards them, and the other 50% is healed towards you. Very helpful. It can be dispelled though, but it is very, very helpful. So if I'm low, like for instance, I'm attacking this target here, you know, we're going at it, I get low, I'll Karma the target, it'll heal me and damage them. So it's a big heal. Well, I mean, it did it at first, but yeah. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave any questions or comments you have in the comment section below, and I'll answer them. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.